Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force. Today, we're going to be doing, normally it's like a blog video. Anyways, we're going to be talking about some stuff that's going to be upcoming next week. I also want to talk about why, also, apparently, the Hobgoblin leaderboard event was pushed back to today, not yesterday, despite the blog specifically stating Thursday. But, anyways, I digress because they never know what's going on over there. The blogs are wrong a lot of the times. But we're going to talk about why this event is a massive trap. We've got some pretty big information drops this week, official and non-official, that kind of allude to some pretty important stuff coming, and why I think you probably shouldn't pay much attention to this unless you're a spender. Because for us, less spenders or free to play, we need to kind of hold on to every little bit of resources we got, and my power cores are reeling after the null leaderboard. So we're going to be talking about all that and more in today's video. So let's boil this down. All right, so let's start. Actually, you know what? We're not moving very fast on this multiversal blast. The only reason why I'm bringing this up right now is why are we starting at like 4 red PS? Why are we not starting at 7 red? Why are we not starting? Yeah, we should be starting at 7 red, and then they should be going into giving us diamonds. But at the rate this is going, I'm not sure. Well, no, I mean, if it's going up by 1, we're definitely not making it to diamonds. So either this one colossal I don't think it is. I think this is what's coming. But every other time they've done this, they've given us diamonds usually. At least I want to say at least 1 or 2. But they could be saving this for, I don't know, a danger room reward or a tower. Who knows? I haven't seen anything in the data mines with the tower lately, but they have done that. I believe for Vulture and Shocker, they pretty much gave that away, at least the 2 diamond, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, I digress. We're here to talk about the Pumpkin Rain event and why this is a colossal trap. It was in preview last night, and it is here going to be starting later on today. And this is the Hobgoblin 3-day leaderboard. So because it starts today, I guess it runs until Monday, Friday to Saturday. No, it's going to run to Tuesday, won't it? Am I getting my times messed up because I'm in Friday to Saturday? Saturday to Sunday, Sunday to Monday. No, this will run until Monday. Okay, so my bad. So the EU time zone is kind of messing me up a little bit. So this will go until Monday, until the next. Actually, I don't think there's another one starting. I don't think it's quite yet. But needless to say, to get the scoring for this, you need to do Cosmic Crucible, which is going to start today. So this is going to line up with Cosmic Crucible, I suppose. Battling in raids. Now, this should not, I think, just off the top of my head, I think it's like 25 raids. So across 3 days, this should be no problem. Bonus points for Hobgoblin, which unless you cord for him, you're not going to have him. And where the big points lie, and this reminds, was it Shaw? Was it Sebastian Shaw? I think it was the same point structure, honestly, as the Shaw leaderboard, because you get 20,000 points for Hobgoblin and Gear Tier 20. So I wouldn't even bother with this event anyways, unless you have Hobgoblin and you're willing to Gear Tier 20 him, because that's a shit ton of points. Now, you're going to get these Abyssal Core Orb fragments from Campaign Energy. I don't know what the ratio is going to be. This goes back to the days of old on the Boilon channel here, if you guys remember, on events where we used to calculate orb fragments to energy cost and all that stuff, and what the expected cost, my old event video style, that was basically gone because they didn't do this stuff anymore. So they're going back to this, but if it's like 4 to 1, 1,000 energy, which is typically what you get a day, 1,100, I think, if you do your coring, that's about 4,400 points. And so again, you're not going to make up. My point is, you're not going to make up for it if you do not have Hobgoblin and Gear Tier 20. So if you're not doing this, just don't. That's just my opinion anyways. There is G20 Mystics on the leaderboard, which is going to be important for some people if you're still in the Xavier chase, but also because, we have some Mystics upcoming, as the next team. This is what it appears to be. So it would be valuable in that sense, but I don't think it's more valuable than saving up these resources, whether it's your Campaign Energy, which I need to do a bit of a refresh on, maybe that one too, and Power Cores. Between Power Cores and your Campaign Energy, This is something that they're absolutely going to be using for an upcoming leaderboard, which they have said they're going to do for Purple ISO 4 and Purple ISO 5, which is what I want to talk about for the rest of this. Nope, nope, wrong tab. Okay, we need to go over here and talk about what's upcoming for next week. Let me zoom in a touch here. So we have the Broken King month 2, and the reason why we see this is that we got the Superior Spider-Man Diamond leaderboard, and I believe that's the name of the first Purple ISO 4 leaderboard. I also want to talk about the Broken King Week 8, which is going to be the Scorpion free-to-play unlock. That's what it appears based on the text, anyways. And there's going to be some additional resources, and that says you can like catch up by spending power cores. I talked about this in one of my data mines videos, which is a bit odd. But I guess what I'm taking away from this, which we'll see in the blog officially later on today, is that it's going to be the Scorpion free-to-play unlock. And there's going to be some other ways to score points for this, but it looks to be pretty easy. And I think this will be the last event before we go into the Broken King Week 9, which will be part of month 3, right? And that's a whole separate thing that's going to be coming out. Now, in this, right, where they talked about the first L4 and 5 opportunities. They said leaderboards and special events are coming to deliver the brand new Purple ISO 8 level straight up into your hand. I should zoom out a bit. Giving your roster an electrifying surge of power. Your first opportunity to earn the new L4 ions will be in the Superior ISO Evolution leaderboard. Now, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like it. I don't know if that's the Superior Spider-Man leaderboard, but it awfully sounds like Superior. Sounds like it. L5 purple ions will be featured in a future event. Now, they didn't say leaderboard, but let's be honest. They're going to monetize this, and they're going to want to get as much money out of the whales and krakens as they possibly can. So it makes sense that at least for the first couple of leaderboards are going to be purple 4 based. What I don't know is how much is this going to cost, right? It's not in the game yet, right? We can't see how much it costs to go to level 4. So how many ions is it per level 4 upgrade? We're going to have to do a separate video breaking this down because there's going to be upwards to 15 characters at least that you're going to need for Blue Marvel. So what does that mean in terms of total purple 4, total purple 5 cost per character, and in the totality? What does that mean for the leaderboards when we see the leaderboards and what the payouts are going to look like? Now, when it came to getting Xavier, I think if you were able to get in the top 4,000 for these G20 leaderboards, there were a lot of opportunities for even free-to-play players to be able to do this. If you hoarded your power cores and your campaign energy efficiently to use in certain events and you min-maxed, I think this was, I wouldn't say easy to do, but it was doable. So don't let this get you down. Don't think that this is only for spenders, that there can be, mostly endgame players like myself, right, who are able to conserve their resources in a way to use it only for leaderboard events. And that's, maybe I need to do a strategy video in terms of how to be as head as you possibly can. Some people think it's that you can't, but trust me when I say that it is possible. A lot of people also ask me, how do I have so much gold? Not that that's super relevant to today's video. It's because I skip a lot of characters. I just want to put that out there. So people ask us all the time. In the past, I've skipped Nowhere. I've also more recently, why are they not on here? Accursed. Did I favorite them still? Are they still at the top? Oh yeah, up here. Satana, Helverine, the Hood, they're all level 1. I was thinking about actually leveling them now that we got that gold and training mod calendar, but so far I haven't really decided to do that yet. So just wanted to throw that out there. And honestly, it's a bit of a short video here today because there's actually, sorry. One last thing. The Danger Room. Why did I not talk about that? Should be in here, right? We were even talking about it. New Danger Room is live, right? So this is the hint for next week because the next week is the end of month 2. We should be getting a Sinister 6, Insidious 6 Danger Room, which is going to be pretty exciting, even though only Scorpion is actually available free to play because Hobgoblin probably will not be, right? Although he might be available he should be available actually in the Antimatter store starting next week, so there's that. And Scorpion is in there right now, which I have been collecting as well. But hopefully it will allow you to use the other Sinister 6 members, and I'm excited to hear about this because I actually enjoy the Danger Room. I'm sorry, but I actually enjoy The Danger Room. I also ran a poll on my Discord server about what people are excited about, things that are upcoming in the game. And of course, ignore all the other silly emojis that are on here. But I just wanted to share this with you because I thought it was kind of interesting. It's not scientific by any means. I asked people what they're most excited for, whether it's a Blue Marvel, Purple ISO / Purple ISO 4 and 5, Sentry, Battle World 2, or the new Mystic Team, which we talked about in the last couple of videos with Strange. It looks to be like the Legion of Monsters. And it does seem that people are most excited for Sentry in Battle World 2. So that should be next month as well, in October or towards the end of October, because that's when we got the first edition of Battle World, and that's what I would expect. At the very latest, it would be early November, but I'm hoping that it comes next month, and I'm also hoping that we get some more information about this and how it's changed from Battle World 1 and what we can expect with that. Because, as I said last year, I think that this is also going to be a very important part of Marvel Strike Force and the PvE content. Danger Room has done a pretty decent job at kind of including some more features, some more stuff for us to play with. But I think having Battle World 2 more regularly and actually having it fun and working towards a character that we all want, which is going to be Sentry, who looks to be pretty powerful from what I've seen so far. He's going to have two different versions, two different forms with the Void. That's what we can glean from the data mines and the asset folders. And I'm excited to kind of learn more, whether it's through data mine files, whether it's through their official information. I think that I can also agree with, it seems the majority here, that Sentry and Battle World 2 information should be really important and exciting. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. What are you, for those of you who didn't see the Discord poll, what are you most excited about coming next month in Marvel Strike Force? Because I think this Chapter 2 period, if I've got to be perfectly honest, has been pretty boring. It's not been nearly as exciting as Quasar Chapter 1 was. There was a lot more going on, for better or for worse, for people who really didn't like the negative zone. At least we had things to do. I feel like every week we had something to do in Chapter 1. It feels sometimes the last 2 months between September and August, it's felt pretty dry in a lot of times. That's just me and my thoughts. Have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. I might not have videos over the weekend because I'm actually going to be taking some time off and not being at home. So I just want to let people know about that. If you don't see anything from me, I am not dead. That's it for now, everyone, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.